from the time he stood till he was down is 6 seconds. And that's, is very quick, but it also is a long period of time because he had already shot and killed 2 people. When he stood up and turned with the gun, Richard White was drawing his gun and told him to drop the gun. He immediately shot Richard. He racked the shotgun, turned and immediately shot Tony Wallace at point blank range, racked the shotgun again and was headed down to the front of the building. And that's when he evidently caught my movement because I'd taken one step off of the wall and he'd kind of halfway turned to me, and that's when I took my shot.
The stress really stemmed from just the length of time that it was pending for him. I always knew it was pretty much a certainty that he was going to be no-billed and that they were going to find he was justified. Whenever I have a client that is clearly innocent, I want that to be made official as quickly as possible. And so when you have such a pure, clean, innocent, justified client, I always want that to be done quickly so that they can move on with their life.
When they were finally able to see the grand jury panel, the DA presented my case to the grand jury fairly quickly after they seated the panel, received a no bill on the charge of murder. That was on a Tuesday, and then the following Monday I actually received my firearm back. They had my firearm the entire time from the time of the shooting on the December 29th until after the no bill. When the grand jury did issue the no bill, that was a pleasant relief, to not have that hanging over my head at that point. Knew that I didn't have anything to worry about, going through the grand jury process, because, when I made the phone call, talked to an attorney that afternoon, within an hour and 15 minutes, Ms. Reed was on site.
So a grand jury, they obviously have the discretion to review as much material or as little material as they want to, right? They have the authority to issue subpoenas, request additional evidence. So any of that could have been happening. I think it was clear that Jack didn't do anything wrong, but I do think that the grand jury did their duty in reviewing every single thing to make sure that there wasn't information out there that would indicate Jack had done anything but, acted completely justified. The question was always whether or not Jack, like many people in the LawShield community, are legally justified in their acts. I think it was clear, based on the number of people he saved, the fact that the shooter had killed 2 other innocent people, that Jack was completely justified for his own self-defense, for the defense of others. The good thing about LawShield, or about having any attorney representing you, especially somebody that has experience, with large cases or with the area that you have a case in, is that they know the procedures and they know who to contact. The average citizen has no idea what's going to happen, and they feel sometimes overwhelmed by the idea that there are these big systems that are thinking about them and considering their cases. And if they don't understand what's happening, that can be daunting and I'm sure stressful. And so having, an attorney on your side to explain some of that procedure hopefully gives some comfort and allows them to live their life while this is pending.
What I tell each of my students in class, and even had a phone call text this morning, that individual wanted to know to sign up with LawShield, and I tell everyone in my class, you need this before you start carrying, because the minute you don't have it, is the probability increases that you might have to use it. You don't have to worry about anything else. When if something happens, you pick up the phone, you call the hotline, you will talk to a live attorney right then. This way, you don't, with U.S. LawShield, you do not have to worry if you have to use your firearm about what you're going to do if after the fact. There are no safe havens. You can't say that, we're not going to have any problems, because that's what some people were thinking then. A sign on any door is not going to stop anybody that is bent on doing evil. I am Jack Wilson, and I'm a proud member of U.S. LawShield.